All right, here we go. We're going to have some fun now. We're going to do some EFT sessions. I've got a bunch of different topics that we will do and we will work on. So with this first EFT session, it's kind of like your introduction to what EFT is and what all the tapping is. I'm going to say some phrases, and after I say these phrases, you will repeat them. I'll give you enough time in between to repeat them. Also to pay attention to with the dialogue that I use. Maybe it's not specific to you, and that is okay for you to change it to your words. Something that is so important when I'm doing a one-on-one session with clients is to use their words. For me, not to change them into my own words, because it becomes such a more powerful session when I'm using your words. So with this one, I'm talking about a big competition, a big race. You might not be involved in a race. Maybe you're involved in swimming, so maybe you want to say a swim meet instead. Or it's a boxing match, or it's a golf tournament. Feel free to change some of my words so that they work for you. Also, so important to pay attention to how you feel in your body. That is such great awareness. So I talk about the feelings I get in my stomach with this specific tapping. You might not get the feelings in your stomach. You might get them in your chest with a tightness, or in your head, or maybe it's all over your body. But starting to pay attention to where you feel either that tension, the anxiety, or anything like that is very important. All right, so what we do now, we're going to start off with the karate chop. So as I'm tapping, I want you to do the exact same thing. Yes, you could think when you first start doing this is really weird. And I say that to all my clients. Yeah, at the beginning it feels really weird, but the feeling you get as you're doing this is excellent. So feel free, do this in private, or do this with a parent, or do this with a partner, but it is great to do. Even if you are not afflicted or having these type of problems, you can still get benefits. It's called borrowed benefits. You can still get benefits from any tapping that you do. All right, so we start off with a karate chop. I want everybody to start doing that right now. Okay, so as we're karate chopping, I'm going to say a set of phrases 3 separate times. And I will pause after each sentence and then you repeat it. Okay, let's go. Even though I'm feeling nervous and anxious about competing in this national race, I can feel it in my stomach. I deeply and completely honor and accept myself. Okay, we're going to do that again. Even though I'm feeling nervous and anxious about competing in this big national race, I can feel it in my stomach. I deeply and completely honor and accept myself. Now we're going to do that one more time. Even though I'm feeling nervous and anxious about competing in this national race, I can feel it in my stomach. I deeply and completely honor and accept myself. Okay, now we move up to the different points that I talked about earlier. So starting up top here, feeling nervous and anxious. I'm competing in this big national race. I can feel it in my stomach. I'm feeling nervous and anxious. It's a really big race. I can feel the feelings in my stomach. Feeling nervous. I want to release this nervousness. Releasing all the anxious feelings. I know I can feel it in my stomach. I am prepared for this race. I have all the tools. Releasing any nervousness. I'm ready to compete. I am confident. I am ready. Okay, I want you to take a deep breath. So something that's important about EFT and tapping is as you're doing a session and going through the different tapping points, sometimes there will be things that will come up for you. Thoughts, and don't ignore those thoughts. Kind of keep them to address them. Sometimes you get a thought of, no, I'm not really nervous anymore. I'm actually scared to disappoint somebody. That's where my nerves are coming from. So that's something really good to really pay attention to. Then, if I was in a coaching session with somebody, I'd move on to that. Our next would be talking about the feelings you get about not wanting to disappoint somebody. And maybe it's a coach that you just don't want to disappoint, or maybe it's yourself that you don't want to disappoint. So with the tapping, a session of mine one-on-one lasts 40-45 minutes, and we can start at one spot and find our way to a different spot, just releasing a lot of that negative energy that's been stuck in you with regards to different things that affect you.